Okay, here is my new reconfigured doublet that I put up last night in the total darkness after I tore the original one down because the big windstorm actually made it sag from that tree, and it was always getting caught in that hex beam, and it got underneath the hex beam the other day. I yanked it and I pulled one of the fiberglass separators or spacers, whatever you call those things, up, and the whole thing caved in, or one side caved in, and to lower it, the tower. And I said, the heck with it, no more of that. So I cut it down, and I moved it, that leg, from that tree over to this tree. So basically it was in, if we look through that little lean-to, that tree right there, you can kind of see the rope. Well, let me see if I can zoom in. You can kind of see the rope. There's the white rope, I think, now. And basically right there. And I scooted it over to, I believe, this tree. Aimed for the one on the right, and I think I got the one on the left. So I got a good launch. It is way, way up there, and I'm happy about that. So as far as the feed point goes, none of that changes. It still comes through the ham shack on the outside by 1.5 inch hole that I put there, or drilled, and it came through, and I have a piece of string keeping it 3 widths away from the metal gutter, about 3 inches. And I just have a little tag line up there, piece of string. I think it's 2 pieces of string. And before, it used to go straight up. You guys probably remember the 450 on window line used to go whoop, straight up 100 feet. Well, now that I moved it from that tree, that leg, over to this tree, now it swoops up a little further away. So I'm going to stand back by the shed and look at the house to give you a perspective. So now it kind of goes there. I think it looks a little better, kind of. Problem is it's hanging pretty low, so it's kind of right over the, well, it's not over the walkway, but you could see it, you could almost touch it. But it goes all the way up there, and I say it's the same height, if not higher, way up there. So I'm happy about the height. It is close to this tree. I mean, marginally, not real close, but it's not touching. There's plenty of distance there, right here. Oh, I can almost touch it. And I'd like to get this shifted over a little bit, which may put it into the trees, but I can whack some of those branches off here. But looking at this tree here, I was in the dark. I wanted to see if I could see the insulator and make sure the insulator's not in the trees. I think it's pretty close. It might be in the limb. Now I see the tag line coming down right there. I'm going to need binoculars, so let me go zoom in. I doubt you're going to see it here. Maybe you will. So there's the wire. Where's the wire? Right there. And it hits in that branch. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the field glasses to see. I usually like to get a foot or two, between 1 and 3 feet away from any foliage, in case there's a high voltage node at the end of that. So we'll see. Anyway, the tag line, or what I call the retrieval line for that. Oh yeah, no, we're good. Geez, I can see the insulator right here. Oh boy, let me zoom in again here. Yeah, can you see it? I do, right there, right there. Egg insulator. And it's close to that one little branch, but it's not touching. So I'm good with that. Maybe I was just secured. So it's somewhat temporary. The retrieval line is just dangling here. I'll tie, actually it's tied to the little park bench there. And as far as it being straight, I did mention it's biased a little bit toward the house, kind of a V, but boy, you can't hardly tell. See it up there? Can't hardly tell. Had to build a new center insulator out of a piece of Lexan. And yeah, actually I'm pretty pleased with that. And you can see the feed line. Where is it? I lost it here. I don't know what I'm looking at here. My camera work is not good. But anyway, it's going up there. Oh, I see it. Yeah, right up there. So I think that's pretty good. I don't know what else I could do to make it more aesthetically pleasing. Maybe attach that feed line further up on that little peak of the lower roof. But man, I'm golden. It seems to work really well on 75 and 80, just with a couple of phone contacts I made. But I am going to go do some reverse beacon.net stuff right now. This part I didn't change, although the paracord did get caught in the tree. We had to pull it down with the tractor. It must have got a bunch of sap on it, one of the crooks of the branch that went over. But anyway, we salvaged it. It goes up over that tree, way down over, and there's some hooks on the other side of the fence on the street side. But let's zoom up here again. Yeah, I can see the insulator, egg insulator right there. So as you see, I actually have a little bit more latitude to pull it toward that tree before it touches the foliage there. But that's kind of normally where I run it, or before, when it was between this tree and the one over back there, the one over the barn and below the hex beam. So this is better. So it basically comes up over and it hits that tree over here. So it, oh, I see now. Oh, I see the pronounced V now. Because these trees should be pretty equidistant off of the fence. This is due north here. And I'd say that tree, actually it's a second tree in over here. Or is it that tree? And I can measure that to the fence there. Likewise, I can measure, I believe it is this tree to the fence. See if they're the same. But yeah, oh, I could see the V. It's kind of like a horn. Just the weight of the sagging twin lead, or the 450 window line, is biasing that. See where it's kind of making a V, so to speak. But that's okay. That would be make it angling a beam kind of facing the north. The only way out of that was to bring it, let it down, put a piece of rope up there, string, light string, and kind of tug and pull it. The best I can do would be tie it to a fence, but then that's going to pull down on it. So I'd have to get up into the neighbor's trees if I really wanted to pull it more parallel or straight. I don't think it really matters being too critical. I think I'm just going to be happy with that. Maybe tighten it up a little bit here to pull that twin lead up. Even if it hangs down, I think that's okay. I mean, as long as you're not hitting it. I could reach it if I got my tippy toes, but technically it's not much higher than the gutter, and that's where it was over there. So, but I can put some more tension on it, bring it up some. So, all right, let's go check on the chickens. See ya. Okay, listen to those chickens. I only found one egg. I think that's Eleanor's, the big black chicken. So one a day. So I'll have to have just one egg and diced ham. Gotta move that rake. So they're shutting down for the winter. Keep going, girls. I'll check with you later on today. I'd like a green egg, please. Green eggs, 2 white ones, or the one white one needs a green egg. Green egg, Sylvia. Did you hear me? No eggs, no food. Oh, sorry. I digress. I gotta put the snowman out. They need a bleach bath first. But interesting how video angles work. So we looked over there before I did, and I was directly under that tree, and it looked like I was worried about that egg insulator being up into the foliage on the end of it. Boy, you come over to the end of the yard and you look at this 90 degrees, and there is plenty of room there. In fact, let me zoom up here. I don't know if you can see it. There's the retrieval line right there. There's the insulator. And if you look above it very carefully, that rope goes way up through the tree here. So it's kind of an optical illusion. There's plenty of room to pull that a little bit tighter. I don't know if it's aft or behind that branch. I'm gonna have to get my field goggles. If it's before it, let me get underneath of it here. If it is, I'd like to get another 2 feet toward the tree with that. But I don't know if that rope is, how far it is from the branch behind it. But the way it is now, it's nowhere near that. So it's a little bit saggy looking. These are Christmas lights for the star. Get out of the way. But here is another perspective of that antenna. You can see the feed point. Yeah, now it doesn't look like it's a V'd so much, but again, you got these crazy optical illusion angles going on here. And I do apologize for the video. I'm not good at this, so bear with me. A little droopy up there, which is fine. A little droopy here. I think that's what I'll do. I'll maybe pull the street side a little tighter just to get that feed line up a little higher. See, it's breathing. I got a drop of water on the lens here. Use that. It's breathing. You can see it moving. I think it's pretty darn cool. So we'll go with that for now. I got a ton of other stuff to do, but at least that's one worry off my mind. It's weird. You lose your HF capability, whether you use it or not, and you get all apprehensive. I've just always had HF capability for so long. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Okay, I'm standing out here at the back tree. I did some measurements for the distance to the fence. So this is a new line. I should be standing right below that egg insulator, plus or minus. It's in this tree, and I measured that to the fence, and that one was 43 feet. And if you look at it this angle, now you can, let me zoom in. Oh, and the other one was 32 feet. So 32 feet on the far side, 43 feet on this side over here on the west side. So it's actually angling north by northwest a little bit, not by east. I don't know if that's good or bad, but anyway, the V that the weight of the feed line is pushing is a little bit more pronounced here, kind of a horn effect. You can see it here. I'll try to get in the middle, but that's okay. I don't know how else to do it. If I pull it any tighter, this is going to bias it even more down toward this direction. Of course, it's naturally going to pull it over some. So I think it's okay. If I put a tag line on it, like I said in the other video, that's going to pull it down some. It's not worth worrying about it. I'm not going to get anal about it. I think that's perfect the way it is. Not perfect, but it's good. Gooder than the old one. So what else is I going to show you? I think that's about it. It's starting to rain. I got to get in. I did get one egg. I'm going to go cook that up with some ham and go from there. Okay, one more final perspective. Now I'm pretty much up against the north fence here. There's the driveway. I'm against the fence looking at the house. And there's the back nine and the hex beam. And what I wanted to show is looking right onto it. So you could definitely see the pronounced bias V there. Kind of a horn. Not worth worrying about. It looks good on this side of the anchor point. I mean, I could pull that little tighter to get that egg insulator further up in the tree. I have latitude there, and that'll tighten it up and bring it more horizontal. It's not that horizontal, although this makes it look worse. It's drooping. Oh boy, that's probably a good 20 feet. So it'll be nice to see how far that is up there, but I don't have any easy way of determining that. Trying to aim the laser up there is going to be a challenge, but it's okay. I don't need to know. So anyway, the upshot is it's definitely further away from the hex beam than it was in its original configuration, which was, instead of being attached to this tree, it was attached to the tree back there, this big lone tree back there behind. Oh, you can see the white rope actually there. But in doing so, that put that right, it was actually over top of the hex beam, right on the tip of it on the far side. And then so if it drooped any, it would pop down underneath. And then you try to pull it tight and it gets caught and then bank and making a mess over there. So on its best day, the old configuration had it up over the hex beam. This is plenty far away. You know, if I had to guess, 30 feet, maybe 40 feet. Anyway, that's all I got.